Welcome back. We have Simon McDermott here on the sofa with us. Good morning.
Hi, you all right?
Simon has inspired millions of people around the world by taking his dad, Ted, who has dementia, singing in his car and sharing the footage of the moment online. It's touched so many people.
Yeah, it's a bit like carpool karaoke, isn't it, James Corden's thing? But this was very personal, very real. They got a record deal out of it. They raised more than £150,000 for Alzheimer's Society. We'll talk to Simon in a moment, but first, let's have a look at that famous video which got their journey started.
We can share a love divine. Oh, don't let me wait again. When will you say yes to me? Tell me quando, quando, quando.
Makes you jiggle, doesn't it?
It does.
Makes you jiggle. How's Ted? How's Dad?
Yeah, he's all right. It's been a good few weeks, really, so we're all right. I mean, it changes every single day, really. So.
Yeah, I mean, you've written a book about kind of the whole process
yeah.
and where you've got to now with the success of this video and how people are reacting. And I tell you what I found really interesting about it is that what will resonate with so many people is how family members cope with a loved one having Alzheimer's and just recognising it. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it, in trying to figure out what was going wrong or what was upsetting Ted.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing, the whole thing comes from Dad's fear. You know, Dad's aggression comes from Dad's fear of like what the hell's going on. You know,
but he wasn't originally aggressive.
No, my dad was never.
His personality
I mean, he'd fly off the
changed.
he'd fly off the handle when he was angry, but not to the extent that we were getting. We were getting like days, 24 hours, 7 days a week of full-on aggression. You know, and like fist spin in your face, trying to. You know, it's full on aggression. And Dad was never like that. He'd never touch my mum or anything like that. He's not an aggressive person. But I get phone calls at work with, Mum being, he'd drag her out the kitchen with her hair and everything and shake her head and everything. And that's the amount of aggression. And he's not, like I say, he's not an aggressive person.
And the book is very honest about the effect of Alzheimer's on him, but on all of you, on your mum, but the ripple effect. Yeah,
exactly. And you always say, like, Dad's got Alzheimer's, but also we've got, Alzheimer's. We're suffering from it as well, because it's not just my dad, it's a whole family who's trying to deal with this as well. And my dad would be the last person on earth want to hurt people or anything like that. And, and the whole reason why I've done the book is so that our story has been told, that it's not just people forgetting things, it's a whole range of the things and how it affects the carers and everything. So.
Well, I mean, to get to that point where you recognise you're a carer is actually asking for help. And that's one of the most poignant moments in the book, actually, I think, where you just say, I'm not coping.
Yeah, and I always say thank God for the Alzheimer's Society, because if that phone line wasn't there and I couldn't pick up that phone, I wouldn't know what to do, because we'd gone for like 2 or 3 years of like full aggression, and that was me cracking up and breaking down. And the whole reason why I wanted to fundraise is that I didn't want anybody to be in that same situation that I was in. And as soon as I picked up that phone and somebody spoke to me, that changed my life completely.
The other thing, of course, you did with your phone was film the singing in the car and how your dad just came to life and the effect that music had on him. And the effect that video has had on him and you is remarkable since.
Yeah, I mean, my dad's sung all his life, so, I mean, the book's not just about dementia, it's about my dad's life as well. So, I mean, the music kind of brought him back. And the whole thing with the video and everything, I mean, I say it was people's stories that came to us as well. It changed our world because people were telling us about their stories, and it made me personally think, God, I'm not alone in all this. There's millions of people going through the same thing as well.
How's your mum?
She's fine. She's probably watching. So she's all right. I mean, we have good days and bad days, So I think we live every day. Every day is important. And that's what I've got out of this whole thing.
And your dad's still singing, not just in the car with you, but he's still performing.
Yeah, he does. He goes to the club every Saturday and does a song, but it's closing on this Saturday, actually, which is really rubbish, but yeah.
Will he carry on? Will it be somewhere else?
Yeah, he goes to Singing for the Brain group every Friday. That's run by the Alzheimer's Society as well. And it's like, he loves that. It's something that he always does every week. So.
I mean, I don't think there's anyone better. If there's anyone watching at home who's coping, who's trying to cope with someone, a family member who's changed, what would you say to do?
Make sure you're not alone. Make sure you've got support, definitely, 100%, and do your research. But also, I think, you need to you'll get through it, you've got to, life throws you a challenge, And I guess it's how you deal with that challenge, you know, and you're not alone, really.
Simon, thank you so much for coming on. And I hope Mum and Ted are well as well. Thanks for talking.